Let me tell you something. Those gut feelings, those moments when you're getting ready to leave the house and you're forgetting everything and you're not typically somebody to forget something, you don't know what God is trying to save you from. I don't believe those are coincidences. When I was about 17 or 18 years old, I was over at a friend's house and we were getting ready to, I think, go into town or something like that. We were on this like little dirt road, and this was like a place where a lot of us used to gather and party and have fun and stuff like that. And at this time, we didn't have like cell phones or anything like that, so we had just the wall phones. And I was getting in my buddy's truck, and we were getting ready to back up, and another friend of mine inside the house can come running outside and say, "Hey, your stepdad's on the phone. He wants to talk to you." I said, "Okay, cool." And keep in mind, I'm 17, so I'm ignorant and rebellious, of course. And so I go in the house and I get on the phone with him. He said, "Your mom wants you to come home." At the time, I think my mom was in Florida, like on vacation or something like that with the family or something. And I said, "Okay, yeah, I'll come home." And as soon as I hung up the phone, my buddy's like, "You ain't going home, are you?" And I'm like, "No." And so I go outside, I go to get in the vehicle, and as my friend was backing up, something in my spirit, it was almost like a gut wrenching feeling. I've never, up until that point, I've never experienced anything like that before. But I told him to stop, and he's like, "What do you want me to stop for, man?" And I said, "Look, man, I gotta go home." And he's like, "Dude, you don't ever listen to your parents." And I'm like, "I don't." I was like, "But I have to today." And so I get out the vehicle, I get in my car, and I go home. About an hour later, his dad calls me and says, "You need to kiss the ground that you're walking on," because 5 minutes after you guys left, he hit a tree. Tree went through the passenger's side. Passenger's side was done for, and I wouldn't be here if I had rode with him. And he had, I want to say it was a couple of broke ribs, fractured nose, and things of that nature. And I'll never forget the feeling of knowing that there was like a warning that I received. And I feel like in life, there are certain times that you get warnings, and I feel like you get only so many, that you can avoid, and then whatever it is that's going to happen happens. So that was a warning that I got to get out that vehicle and get away, and I didn't realize it at the time. Fast forward to about 6 or 7 months later, I'm at a pool hall, and there was a female friend that I went to high school with, and her boyfriend broke up with her in front of all his friends and her friends. And then he leaves. She's over there crying. And this is like one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. So I'm like, there's no way I'm about to let this person be brokenhearted. I'm not going to do that. So I'll go over there and I ask her out. And she's like, yeah, I'll come by and get you tomorrow and stuff like that. And we had planned to go out to eat and stuff like that. And, just something to get her mind off of what literally just happened. And so a couple of my friends spent the night with me that night. And I'm literally up playing. Of course, I'm thinking I'm still 17 at this time. And I'm up playing like Need for Speed 2 or something like that. So I'm up all night long and I don't get no sleep. My friends get up the next morning. They're supposed to go to work. They're like, "You going with us to work?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to get some sleep, man." And they said, "Oh, okay." They walk out the house and I get that feeling again. That gut-wrenching feeling like, move right now. So I get up, and it's one of those things where it's like, you don't know what it is, but you know it's something. So I go outside and I'm like, "Look, man, I'm gonna have to go to work with y'all today." And they're like, "But you stayed up all night. You didn't get any sleep." And I said, "Yeah, I know that, but I'll have to sleep in the truck or something. I have to go with you guys." They're like, "Oh, okay." They didn't think nothing of it. However, I completely forgot about the date that I was supposed to have that day. And then she comes by the house to pick me up. She meets my mother. She leaves my house and gets to a red light, and an ambulance actually ran a red light and hit her. And of course, I wouldn't have been here if I had rode with her. 3 days later, she wound up passing away from her brain swelling and things like that. And I say all this to bring it to your attention that sometimes I know it can be frustrating whenever you're getting ready to leave to go somewhere and you're forgetting your keys or things are happening to prevent you from leaving the house at that exact time. Count that as a blessing. I would even go as far as to say maybe sit in the house for a few more minutes. You don't know what God's protecting you from or saving you from. And that gut instinct that you get, that's not coincidental. The Spirit warns you of things that are unseen, things that you don't even know may happen, or events that you may run into that could cause serious damage, or, it could be deadly. Who knows what who knows what the Spirit is protecting you and saving you from? So when you get that gut feeling, don't try to override that by being like, no, I got people that are dependent on me. I got people that I got to show up. I need to show up. No, you don't. When you get that feeling, that gut wrenching feeling like, hey, I don't need to go to this place. Something's wrong. Something's not right. Listen to it. People will understand. People will get over it. But it's not worth risking if the Holy Spirit is warning you or if something is going to take place. And you don't want to miss out on the opportunity of staying and being safe. So with that being said, man, I really hope that this message has found you guys. I really hope that the next time you have the opportunity when your gut feeling is telling you something's not right, that you listen to it because it's not wrong. And I really hope that this message has found you guys, and I really hope that this message helps. And I really hope that you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.